I think signal. Hello guys. So let me have another live session with you guys today. So I want to be sure that I can be seen. Okay. Hello guys. Give me a second. Let me share this live link. Can you guys see me? Let me be sure because here is a little bit dark. So let me. Oh, where's the link to this again? I need to share this. I need to share the link to this. So give me a second, guys. I need to share this link. I need to go to YouTube. Hello, guys. If you can hear me, please leave a comment if you can hear me while I try to share this live session. Leave a comment if you can hear me, please. Let me while I try to share this live session. So I'm going to be pinning a link that you can use to join if you have any questions. So leave a comment. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Please leave a comment if you can hear me. Let me be sure. Leave a comment if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Leave a comment if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please leave a comment. I'm going to be can you guys hear me? Okay. Hello, Chimezium. Hello. Just give me a second. Let me share the link to my different communities. Give me a second, please. So I'm going to be dropping a link that you can use to join and ask me your questions. So one major problem most of you guys. Hello Bami. Hello. Hello Bami, how are you doing? Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. I need to drop a link that you guys can use to join. Like you can use to join me live and ask your questions or have a conversation. So let me get the link. So I hope that's the link. I need to. So you can join me with that link I posted in the comment section. You can trying to like highlight the link. Yeah, exactly. So that's the link you can use to if you want to join live and ask your questions. You can use that link. Let me share it. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys a tool I used to do my research. Like it's going to help a lot of you. It's going to help a lot of you. It's going to help a lot of you when you're doing research and not to be, going through annual reports and be suffering yourself. I personally use it. So I'm sharing with you guys how to go about using it and then You can fast track your whole process when trying to find good companies to buy or stocks. Give me a second. Okay, so I don't know what I need to do. Let's jump into it. I'm doing very well, Bami. I'm doing very well. In case you want to come live, come up live. There's a link that you can use to come up live and have a wonderful conversation. We love talking about investing in stocks, money, and all that stuff. Yeah. So um, the Nigerian stock market has has done a little bit well this year. I saw a tweet by the Nigerian Investors Podcast that shared, hello, Orisit. How you doing? So that shared how well the Nigerian stock market has performed this year. It has performed actually well compared to the US stock market in some kind of way because there's okay. This is Michael. Okay, Emmanuel. Hello, Emmanuel. You can join me live. There's a link I've highlighted that you can use to join me live. If you have any questions, you can join live and we talk. Okay, Ruby is joining live. Okay, let me add Ruby to stage. Hello, Ruby. Can you hear me? Yeah, good to have you. Ruby, can you hear me? I brought you live. I don't know if you can hear me. I think you're muted. You might have to unmute your mic.
I've
I
unmuted
can't
my
hear.
mic and I can hear you. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, I'm hearing you
Can
now.
you hear
Yes,
me
I
now?
can.
Okay, you can
Yes,
hear
I
me
can.
now. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
All right, no
How are you doing?
problem. I'm fine,
How
thank
are
you.
you
And
doing?
you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. I'm doing very well. So yeah, how is your investment journey going?
It's going well. Gradually,
Yeah.
gradually.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Did you make any investments last week or have you made anyone this week or what's popping? Can you hear me? I can't hear you again.
No, I didn't hear you. I was talking to somebody. Did
Oh,
you
okay.
say?
I was asking like how like what do you have in your portfolio now? Did you make any investment last week? Did you make anyone this week? Like what's happening when it comes to
Not really.
what's
Just that
happening?
I found now that I just stumbled on. I just stumbled on one of your videos. I think the one you did sometime last year,
Oh,
and it
okay.
said something about tip, and I just saw that tip is going up. Then you talk about tip. I think your five stock. You mentioned tip. You mentioned CNI and some
Yeah,
other ones.
yeah.
That
That was last
for
year.
them was like yes,
Can,
this still a good I saw it some days ago.
you're breaking. I don't know if it's my network. Can you hear me? I
Hello,
think it's my network. Yeah, I can hear you. What did you say?
now can you hear very well?
Okay,
Is
so
the
what did
tip
you say?
still a good at this time? Okay,
Let me check. Let me
I
check the
just saw the
current
video like
price.
2 days ago
Yeah, let me check the
at five
current
naira
price.
something.
When I called, I know it was very much lower than that when I called tip. So let me check.
You mentioned one house in then because the old video I saw it just 2 days ago. Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me check it. Let me just share my screen so we can see it together and see. So I have another person trying to join. Chidima, I'll add you once I'm done talking with Ruby. So let me share my screen so we can check this talk together. Uh, tip, yes. Let me see. Can you see my screen? Can you see my
Yeah,
screen?
I think it's coming up now. It's coming up.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I can see your screen. I can see your screen very well. Yeah.
Okay. Let me I don't know if it's my network or it's taking some time to load. So there's this website I like to use to like take a look at companies, AFX. So I'm trying to open it up. Don't know why it's taking
Um,
me time.
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes,
Hello. Okay, because
I
I
can
now
hear
went to check investing.com, and
you. Yeah.
investing.com analysis are saying strong buy. She gets.
Yeah, for me, like even though investing.com is saying strong buy, I feel that I don't like it's a good indicator actually. It's a very good indicator that that the stock is worth looking out for. So what you want to then do is to like, you know, to now do your own research again to be sure that okay, what's driving up the stock price at this moment, right? So that's what one thing you need to do. Like even though they are saying it's a strong buy, you need to know what could be making the price go up now. And I'm thinking maybe they dropped their report, so that's why the price is going up. Because I know when I researched the company back then, it was so undervalued, and I knew that on the long run it was going to do well, right? And thankfully, um, it's going up now, and we're seeing the results. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
like
I know then
another.
when the video I watched 2 days ago, it said you the reason you said one of the buys was that it was in a sector of its own and because of the incoming of Dangote refinery. I think their first
Exactly.
quarter result is better than their last the final year report. First quarter is better for the
Okay.
final year report and not. So so that was why I was like, okay,
Okay, even for this 2025, Abi, you're referring to 2025, their first quarter report.
yes, at the year from what I saw, it's better than the final year, 2024.
Okay, I have to
But
look
I
at their
think
final year. I have to look at
okay,
their final year, but what I would say is this: like, some people are smart. What they do is they look at how a company performs in the opening period of the year, right? And if a company performs well, like in the Q1, because Q1 is when the year is just starting, and so they use Q1 to judge. Okay, if this company is performing well when year is just starting and things are quite difficult for people, there are high chances that they will be able to figure out themselves by the end of the year. So most of these analysts and all these things, they start buying it when they start seeing signs of the company doing well. They now start buying it at that earlier period, hoping that by the end of the year, because the Nigerian stock market, like next year, January, the thing that like stocks like to pump January period, right? So they start buying it early once they drop their Q1. And then ending of the year too, the market likes to react to hoping to now take their profits as the year goes by. So I think that's what they are doing. So I have to look at it actually. I have to look at it and understand. But I know that TIP is a good buy. The company is a very solid company. And for me, what I like to do is, for example, Dangote Refinery is coming up, and I know that there are some business that is going to help drive their income. So those are some of the things I like to look out for. And there are high chances that I've been hearing that Dangote Refinery is going to list on the NGX. They are still waiting for it. So just to keep your fingers crossed and be patient.
okay, because one of the reasons why you asked for tip to be bought, you said because Dangote refinery was coming in and they might be one of the they are into waste and all that.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, that's another. Okay, that's one. Okay, and I want to find out again another one. With this, Dangote just mentioned something about building a
Is it
sugar
in Ghana?
refinery in Ghana. Yes,
Ghana, yeah. Yeah, that,
you know
Dangote is
that
yeah. Go on.
Dangote sugar has been declaring loss for some time. For even I think his first quarter was still had some FX issues. So
Yeah.
do you think this is the right time to go into Dangote sugar, knowing fully well that they're building the Ghana one might help out to the reduce the FX loss?
For me, one thing I first of all, you need to look at the price. But one thing I personally do, because I come from a marketing background, right? And there's this saying in marketing that if you see someone running adverts for a very long time, if you see somebody running adverts for a very long time, just know that the advert is bringing in money for them, right? So if Dangote is scaling into another country, there are two things there. Is either the business is a good business and then he's looking to like diversify because of he doesn't want to just be fully in Nigeria and trying to diversify. And if he's opening the same business in another region, it means that the business is a good business. And then maybe this is just some downtime. And definitely, if you're a long-term kind of person, if you start buying the stock and then you're patient enough, you'll be able to like reap the reward. So for me, I feel it's a good sign that the business is a good business. For him to want to scale into another country, it means that there is something that he's seeing that we're not seeing. So that's just the way I see it.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's just for that.
Okay. So for now, all right, no problem. You want to check somebody else want to ask question?
Yeah, yeah. I want to bring. I don't know if you have any other question, and you can still ask. But
No,
yeah,
no.
okay.
Maybe later. But for that, I can ask somebody else.
Okay. Now,
Thank you.
cheers. Let me bring up. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So let me bring up Chidema. Chidema, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, Chidema. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah. So yeah, do you have any questions? How is your journey going? How's your journey going? Aruwewe TV.
It's been going well. This last call you just ended answered most of my questions, Sha, because I
Okay.
was also interested in that Dangote sugar. So for
Oh,
this thing you said now, that was the question I wanted to ask mostly.
okay. Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah. Go on.
is there any other light you have to throw on it?
I don't know. It depends on your question. When you say like, I don't know what to say actually. Just when you ask me a question, if I have an answer to the question, I'll answer. If you have any issues you're facing, because one of the things I noticed is that most people are facing issues with like their dividends and all that stuff. So I don't know if you have any issues, you can still ask and then see how to figure it out. But aside from that, yeah, I don't have anything to say. Is there any
Okay.
first of all I want to ask, let me ask you now since you don't have any question to ask.
I
So
have, but I'm coming. I ask.
oh, okay. So how has your journey been so far? Like which stock broker do you use? Like what platform are
I
you using to
use
buy stocks?
I use Afro Invest and I use Trove. But the Trove I
Oh,
start using is for foreign stock, and I had it from you. But the Afro Invest, I've already started using the Afro Invest before I had about the Trove. So I had to go into it because there was a time you were recommending it, saying that you like them because their customer care responds very fast.
yeah. You mean Trove, right? That was then. Oh, I
Yes.
don't know of now. you know,
So I
in Nigeria, when a business start doing, when over customers start worrying them, they'll start their support to start doing shakara. Oh yeah, go
yes,
on.
yes. So I used it for my foreign distance. So I actually for some time now the SP and 500 that was there is a kind of doing well and just
Yeah,
small, not to compare to then. Another thing is last Tuesday I
yeah,
sent the people in charge of
yeah.
UBA dividends an email. They've not replied me though. But
Okay.
I have this certificate. You know, during the olden days time, there's a certificate they do give that they do issue whenever
Buy
you
shares, yeah,
purchase any units. Yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I found some in our house. So I
Oh,
had to send an email across to them, and they did not actually reply. They've not actually replied me since then. But I think
okay,
the Bua one, there was this Cement national something something that is now in that Bua bought. So
okay.
I sent them message. So they were the ones that replied me. But the requirements that they put up there, I don't understand it. I don't know if I can
Okay.
minimize this so that I can get to the requirements.
So let me understand what you're saying. Are you saying that you bought BUA cement, wow, and then their dividends, you're yet to claim it? Is that what you're saying?
I am not the one that bought it. I found it in my grandpa's like shelf that they
Yeah.
don't even know that that is an investment. So I was just trying to see if there's anything I can do about it.
Okay. So what I'll advise them, because I know that like most of these stockbrokers, they can be of help. They fast track the whole process. They can they can help you reclaim unclaimed dividends, and can you hear me? That place is noisy.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
So they can help you like fast track the whole process. So what I would advise is either you reach out um to the guys that I don't know if CSCS was available back then, but I know that the guys at CSCS can. actually be of help, you can reach out to their support. They have a platform and they can be of help. Or you can, the way he used to buy the shares, like was it through a brokerage firm? Like, do you have any ideas in regards to that? Or was it directly from the company?
I the certificates I saw there was no, it was I think it's just like this now that
Yeah.
like the UBA one, is being handled by I don't know
Was
this
the
name
registrar
of
there? The registrar is supposed to be there. The registrar. Like,
yes, I
if you
think I saw something
eh,
like that there.
nice one. If the registrar is there, you can reach out to their support. I don't know if you have reached out to their support already. The registrar is from the registrar. You can be able to like um fast track it. You can reach out to the support to the registrar, and then they can now know how best to help you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, the registrar
Yeah.
and an alternative way if I can't find the registrar because I just came back now. That means I'll wait till next week when I go back. I'll be able to go through this thing again and see if I can find something like that. In a case and I did not find something like that, what else should I do?
Is it what do you mean something like that? I don't really get when you say
The
something.
registrar, like if I
No,
don't
the
see any
registrar, the
registrar.
registrar is always there. Like the registrar is there. Like, even like for example, my dad bought what they call it, Diamond Bank. Before it was Diamond Bank, it's Access Bank. They have Legacy Access Bank, they have Access Bank and all that stuff. So the
Yes,
registrar, he has unclaimed dividends, right? And he's from
yes.
the if I want to like claim those dividends for him now, it's through the registrar. I can be able to like claim those dividends for him. So even in the olden days, they are registrar. Just check and know the register that he used, and then you can now know the next step to take.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Mm, is there any app that shows like okay when I registered from Afro Invest,
yeah,
they said that every Monday or so they do have a list of recommended stock that you're to
yeah,
buy. But since I
yeah.
registered, I've not seen any. I don't receive
Ah,
such message.
check your
So
email. Check your email. Like, I usually receive, not like any most of the stock brokers that are doing well in Nigeria, they usually send you they send you like email. Like, if the market close, they'll send you like what happened in the day. Even in the morning, they'll send you. So like, just check your email. Be sure that you put in your
yes,
email.
they do send
I
me that this particular one, like the how well the market perform during the day or during the week. They do send me that one.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is a recommendable one that they will say like, see, oh, this one did very well last week, so we are recommending it for you to buy this week.
I don't know about, but what I know is that when I go through this thing they sent to me, I will see that they will say this stock, they'll point out a particular stock and tell you high buy. They put something like high, and then you see something like medium. Like, so what that basically means is, okay, this one, you might like, there are high chances that this one is going to do well, that you should buy it. But it does not mean that you should just go and buy when they say you should buy. So what you want to do is to look at, like, do your research basically, and then
Yes.
see the current price last week or the previous trading day, and then if that price is worth getting into it, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As when it okay, I also have another question.
Okay.
When it comes to um, should I say how do you balance the one of crypto and the one of this particular one now we're talking about? Like how do you balance
Yeah.
them and
So that's a very easy thing actually, because the thing here is that you need to understand that when it comes to crypto, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So when it comes to crypto for me is a high risk, high reward, right? It's more riskier
Yes.
than stocks. So any money I make from crypto, when it comes to like trading, any money I make from crypto is either I put it into the stock market as a long-term investment, or I also go to the stock market to trade, right? So
Yeah.
crypto can be, if you don't, crypto can take your money. Crypto can still make
Yes,
you
it
money.
can.
Yeah, it can take your money, it can make you money. So you just need to be able to. I think the only way I would recommend, because right now, if it was in 2021, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic?
Let me see. I don't. Let me see if I can.
Okay, let me mute it for you. I think I can mute it from here. So okay. So when it comes to crypto from when it was back in 20 during the last bull market, I think 2021 or thereabouts, it was easier for you to make money from crypto markets just doing fundamental analysis and trying to know if the project is worth investing into or not. You can literally buy a coin now and an altcoin now and then it will just do 10x in the next day. But the crypto market has changed recently. What has been moving forward is more of meme coins and then more of Bitcoin and other stuff. So altcoins are not really doing that well like they used to do before. So if you want to like make money from the crypto market, you need to learn how to do some fundamental analysis and then mainly technical analysis. So if you learn technical analysis, you'll be able to like better time your entry and know when is the right time to like buy a coin and when is the right time to sell it, right? So for me, I would say if you're looking at crypto, is either your sports trading or your futures trading. Futures trading is more riskier and can make you more money. But spot trading, if you want to be buying for the long term and selling and other stuff, I'll say you should do sports trading. So just do more of fundamental and then just learn a little bit of technical, not everything about technical, just maybe support and resistance, and you'll be able to use that to know when is the right time to buy and sell. So that's what I'll say. So I've unmuted you. You can ask another question if you have.
Okay. Okay. Which stock broker do you use? Which of the stock brokers do
So
you
right
use?
now I use Alpha Invest, but I am currently in the process of opening an account with Mary Trade. I used to use Stanbic, but
Stanbic process is too
I
much. I tried
I
registering
I
for
want
it.
to
It
open.
was much.
Yeah.
They
So
weren't
currently
verifying
I'm
my.
I faced the same challenge. So right now I'm in the process of opening an account with Mary Trade. I've heard good things about them, so I want to try them out and see if they are worth
Mary. You
using.
say Mary
Mary Trade,
trade.
Mary Trade,
Mary.
yes, yeah,
Please, can you
trade.
put it on the Mary?
Let me Mary Trade. Can you see it?
Yes, 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 I can.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to sign up with right now to see how their own this thing is.
Okay. Have you started or are you almost
Yeah,
there?
after,
How is it
no,
going?
I just started yesterday, sir. Like I'm not. I did not really. I think what held me back was my address. This thing. So I was like, should I use my current address or should I use my main home address? So like that's just the issue I was having. So that's why I did not finish it up. But I know that before the week ends, I should be able to finish it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know and do you know a little bit about FG bond?
FGM bonds.
Yes.
Yeah, it's federal government savings bond. It's one of the safest investments out there. You're just basically loaning money to the government, and then you earn let's say interest on that money. So FGM
Yes, I
bonds
have a
is
question because
okay.
I actually registered in the month of March with Afro Invest, but I am a little bit confused about some particular things there. About
Okay.
the interest they are talking about, do you think that the 21% interest there would be like for the whole 2 years or a year 21% or another year 21% for the whole two
So,
years? That is 40 something percent.
but something is too much now. Hey, God.
So how do they calculate it?
Um. Okay. So yeah. so So what's duration did you invest? Like I know they have
2 years.
durations. Like okay,
I
two
did
years,
for 2 years, yes.
and then what you saw the interest was like 20 something percent, right?
21%, yes.
Exactly. So that's your ROI for the 2 years. It's not 40 something percent.
Okay, that means the 21% they'll have to divide it by 2 years. And
Yeah, like if let me say you put in 100K now, your 100K is going to yield you 21% return.
you said?
Let me say you put in 100K. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Your Yeah, I was saying, let me say you put in 100K. Your 100K will yield you 21% ROI.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, and okay. An example, had it been my 100k will bring me to 100k. They will
Yeah.
now
What did you
split the
say?
100k.
Come again. I
I
didn't hear
said,
you.
I said, example, had it been my 100k will bring me 100k in return. They will now split the 100k into the times they will have to pay me the interest.
I'm not really. I don't really understand the question. I'm trying to. Can you break it down better? I don't really get the question.
Okay, I don't know how else I can, but let me try. Like,
Okay.
had it been my 100k, my 100k is my profit. Example, had it been
Mm.
100k is my profit. They will now divide the 100k those into 2 years and now pay me half of it each time they want to send me money. Each time they want to send me profit.
Okay, I think I understand your question. Personally, I just recently started doing FGM bonds because me, I'm more of a high risk, high reward. I don't really like something fixed, right? So
Yes.
I don't want to like come and start saying what I don't know. That's something I don't like to do. So I cannot really tell for this. I just started doing it. Let me just see how it yields out. So if I see how it performs and if I see the kind of return I get, then I can pop. Okay, let me consider. So if I see how it does, then if I see how they pay, I can now have like a better perspective on how I can answer your question. So I cannot really say much about it. Personally, I don't like anything that is fixed. And like if you check the chart, you see what this guy said. It's that the inflation, like inflation rates, inflation can erode it. So that was my biggest fear when it comes to FJ. So that was why I did not buy initially. I just wanted to get in. So yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So yeah.
Can I actually, do you actually reply people on Instagram? Like, if anyone should message you on Instagram, do you reply? Hope it's not the
I
one you
think
read and.
to be honest, I think WhatsApp is better. I'm trying to like start making my WhatsApp available to. Let me mute again. I'm trying to start making my WhatsApp available because Instagram, I don't really like reply on Instagram. So probably you can reach out on WhatsApp. I'll leave my WhatsApp number available. Then when you send me a message, just save my number. I'll save your number. So I'll be better able to like know that the person is a subscriber because I like to reply to people that actually watch my videos and follow me, yeah, on WhatsApp. So just save my number and tell me you have saved my number, and then I'll definitely save your number just in case of next time. Yeah.
Comment section?
What did you say?
The number.
Okay, let me post my number now. 020566571. So this is my WhatsApp number. You can text me on WhatsApp. Just text me on WhatsApp. Tell me your name. Tell me your subscriber, and definitely I'll reply to your question.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I'm done for
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye bye. Yeah. Let me bring up Showi. Ruby, I'm seeing you two times. I don't know if it's the same Ruby. Let me bring up Showi.
Hello, Micah.
Hey, hello, Showi.
How are you?
I'm
How
fine.
you
How you
doing?
doing? I'm fine. How you
I'm
doing?
very well. I'm very well. I'm very well. Do you still remember me, though?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I know your voice. uh,
Fantastic, fantastic.
yeah, yeah. I think
Let
I
me.
think our conversation is going to be long. So can I bring up somebody else to join while you're still here, and then we'll still get to conversate.
Sorry, before that, Micah.
Okay.
The question that lady was asking.
Yeah.
So when about bond.
Yeah.
So if she subscribed to the government bond and it's 21%,
Yeah.
and she subscribed for 100,000, so
Yeah.
that would be 21,000.
Yeah.
Twenty-one
Exactly.
thousand naira for that period of what's it called? For that period of 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying.
So
So you're
yeah.
saying.
Because
Sorry, let me just be
go
clear
on.
because I'm not really used to that FGM. But so what you're saying is this: like, if she puts in 100k, is 21
Yes.
for 2 years. For 2 years, is 21%
21%. Yeah.
is
If
for the
she's
two
saying it's
years and not
21% for 2 years,
yeah.
if she's saying it's 21%, because it would have been stated if it is
Okay.
21% per annum or
Yeah.
21% for 2 years. So, and if you ask me, I would say probably 21%. per annum will sound reasonable, but it all depends on what she actually signed and agreed
Subscribe
to.
to. Yeah.
So subscribe to this actually. So it's based on that, and yeah. So she'll be able to tell from whatever document she's actually
I,
signed.
I'm
But the
thinking
thing,
that that's I'm thinking that that 21% might be a year because I know that the federal government is trying to make it attractive for people to loan them because
yeah,
FGM bond is a loan to the government. So I think that
yeah,
21% might likely be a year because I know they are
a
trying to like
year,
make it
yeah,
attractive. Yeah. So yeah, I think she was correct when she
yeah.
said 44% in 2 years
41,
because
42, yeah, yeah,
42%,
42%,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
42%.
exactly.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'll stay backstage when you
Okay.
can bring the next person you wanted to bring, and when you're done with the
Okay.
person, I'm happy to come back.
Okay. Thank
Cheers.
you so much. Yeah, cheers. Let me bring up David. Hello, David. Can you hear me? Dave. Hello, David. Hello, David. That place is noisy, so I might have to remove you.
I don't know.
Hello, David. Okay, I think I might have to remove David.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
Well,
So I don't know. I'm seeing Ruby 2 times. I don't know if it's the same Ruby. Let me bring Ruby back up again, just be sure. So by the way, guys, you can if you want to join the and ask your questions live, you can there's a link you can use this link, you can use it to join and ask your questions. Yeah, let me let me pin this again in the community. Okay, just give me a second. So let me bring up somebody else. I'm seeing Ruby 2 times. Let me be sure. Ruby, is that you? Is that
Yeah,
you,
I
Ruby?
it's me because I logged off and came back. I
Oh,
so
okay. Oh, okay. Okay, let me bring back. Let me see if David is not ready. David, are you ready now? Okay, David is not yet ready. So let me remove David. So let me bring back Shoei. So hello Shoei, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Hello,
Okay.
Micah. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. I'm fine. So how is
Good,
it
good,
going
good,
at your
good.
end?
Yeah. So far, so good. I can't complain really. Yeah, we are still in the trenches digging.
Actually,
Yeah, yeah, we are. Yeah,
so
yeah.
have
So
you been watching them? Yeah, go on.
no, no, after you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, have you been watching the markets? Is there anything you're
Yes,
doing
I
like?
have.
Okay, there's this
Yeah, I've been
company.
keeping.
I don't know if you know this company. I talked about it in my last video. Sovereign. I don't know if you have taken note of them, but like when I looked at their financials, I don't know how much they're trading at now, but like the company looks like it's very much undervalued. They are trading at when I checked them last, they are trading at 92 kobo, 0.92 kobo. And then I think
Okay.
they have hit 1 naira 60 kobo, and then they are back down again. But when I looked at their numbers, like their numbers are really growing, they're really exploding. So I think they are going to do well in the long run. Even though
Yeah.
Veritas Capital made a loss last year. So yeah, I think that was last year. But I think they might bounce
Okay.
back this year. Veritas, yeah, their management is very solid. I
Oh,
think they are
okay.
likely going to bounce back this year and their stock will
Ah,
definitely go up. When they drop their Q1, we'll know, Sha. We'll know how it's going to perform. We'll
yeah.
have a glimpse. So yeah,
A clearer view. Yeah. I
yeah,
was actually
exactly.
sovereign. I wanted to invest in sovereign
Yeah,
either a year or either 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. It was
yeah.
my broker that actually discouraged me. because I saw them and I was like, I looked a little bit into them and I was like, I like this guy. I
Yeah.
wanted to invest, but then my broker,
Yeah.
he dissuaded me. So because he dissuaded me, then I left it then. But
Yeah.
obviously, I know better now because like
Yeah.
that, my typical example I gave of Wapik. So if I had
Yeah.
invested early on Wapik when I did, it
Yeah.
would have been fantastic. And like I said, if you remember from the last this thing we did live on Telegram, I said with
Yeah.
Wapik I invested 18,000 naira.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was gonna go back in fully, but obviously I got distracted and I forgot all
Yeah.
about it. So and I said when I came to sell Wapik, I sold Wapik for 72,000 naira, made a
Wow.
profit of 52,000 naira. So we are
Yeah.
talking of that was about 307, 270, 273% within a
Yeah.
year.
Wow.
I bought it for 75 kobo. When I sold it for 2 naira 97 kobo.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, so would have actually loved to have invested a lot into the insurance company then. But like I
Yeah.
said, my broker dissuaded me then, and I fell for it then. But obviously, I know better now, which obviously would
Yeah.
not fall for it. I'm considering universal insurance. I know at the moment they are looking funny.
Yeah.
They are going low and
Yeah.
not making up a I'm I am considering universal insurance, and then I'm looking at this sovereign you mentioned now. Look at it as well.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you actually. So
Okay.
my question to you is, if I've got say 10 million naira and
Yeah.
I want to invest in good stock, I'm interested more of capital gains.
Okay.
So
Capital gain.
which capital gains. So which let me say probably five stock you would recommend.
Five. I think five is too much for me, but for me, I just
Okay, five
have
is too much.
okay.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
come
five
down.
is too much.
So which three? Which three?
Okay, three. So when you say capital gain, that's basically your money going up. So for me, my number one would always be Veritas because the management for me is very strong. Like they have a very strong management, and then the sector they are operating in is a sector that is still going to do quite well, right? So I'll say for me, one is Veritas Capital.
Veritas is insurance as well, right?
Yeah, insurance. Yeah, Veritas insurance.
Yeah,
The prospect for it is high, but if you're much more risky, like if you're looking at more riskier bets, then I'll say either you go for universal insurance, even though the price is down. I know that
yeah.
it's risky, but I know, like I when I see like a sleeping stock, like it's like
Stop.
you know,
Can
like yeah,
tell.
yeah, exactly. Your instinct, like my instinct was right for Veritas. I know when it was trading at 0.50 kobo last. I think that was last year. Like when I looked at it, I just knew this was going to do, and I bought it, and I made good money from Veritas. So for me, I would say Veritas is still undervalued. But if you're looking at a much more riskier bet in that sector, then universal insurance is something that you should consider. Then another sector I'm looking at when it comes to the banking sector. I'm looking at Wema Bank. Wema Bank. They are still small. Wema or Sterling Bank. Any of these two. I see another Fidelity Bank in them. Wema Bank is it Wema? Yeah, Wema Bank is. I think Wema Bank they have this. I think is this either Sterling or Wema. When I researched the company, I know they have this arm that is basically targeting because Muslims have this rule where they don't invest in they have this particular stuff they have. I'm trying to forget I forgot what they call it where there's no interest for loans and all that stuff.
Yeah,
What one they
yeah.
yeah. So I think they have that arm of their business and it's doing quite well. So for me, the second stock when it comes to the finance space in the banking sector, I would see Wema Bank or Sterling Bank. I think I see another Fidelity Bank in these two banks. And
Mhm,
then
mhm.
another sector. I've been looking at the agricultural sector, but sometimes I'm
Mhm.
I'm s- I'm yeah, I'm scared because at the time I saw FTN Cocoa. I don't know if you know FTN Cocoa.
Yeah, I know FCM Coco.
Yeah, FTN Cocoa. The last time I researched them, I was not really liking their numbers, and that was why one made me.
No. MCM Coco, they are not doing that great. They are doing bala blue, for lack of a
Yeah,
better word. You are doing
Exactly.
Blue.
Exactly. So that stock made me to like to be scared of even buying any of these other agricultural companies because I still have this fear that in Nigeria agriculture is, even though it's very very um the return is high, but the risk is high. Like the risk is very high in Nigeria because of
Mm. Mm.
bandits and all that stuff. So I'm scared. You get sometimes I'm scared. But another stock. Which other stock would I see? Have I noted? Which other stock? Which other stock? I don't think there's another stock I've been able to see so
What about
far.
Ella Lake?
Yeah, someone have asked me on this Ella Lake. And I said I would look into Ella Lake, but I didn't look into it. I'll look into Ella Lake. I'll look into Ella Lake. But so yeah, these are the two stocks for me for now. These are the companies these two sectors.
Universal and Veritas.
Yeah, for like insurance.
Universal
And then
Veritas are okay, insurance and banking, which is either
yeah,
Wema
insurance.
Bank
Yeah, or
or
Sterling.
Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling. Or Sterling. These
Or
are these
Sterling.
are the two for now.
What
Yeah, these are
about
the two for
Japan?
Japo. That Japo, is for trading. I'll not say you should invest. That stock, when it comes to investing in there, I would say it's for me long term, no. But when it comes to like trading the stock, the thing has volatility. Like sometimes it just go up and then shoot down. So people use it like you make money in volatility. So if you're looking to trade, then definitely Japan Gold is what you just need to know how to time it. Like because I think Japan Gold has seasons. There are times when they used to manipulate that stock. I think it will just go up and then later it will go back down. So you need to be able to know when it's going to happen. So Japan Gold for me, when it comes to investing, I'm skeptical. I see another. Is it was none of these guys' company? Is it no? This Tinubu Sons company. I've forgotten the name again. I see it like
Oando.
that. Yeah, exactly,
Oando.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's for
So
me. So
more
yeah,
to look into Sterling or Wema Bank, and then Universal or Veritas.
yeah. You could also consider that sovereign. Sovereign is also worth
Sovereign
considering.
as
It's
well.
also yeah, sovereign is worth considering. Sovereign is really worth considering. For me, sovereign is medium risk. Universal is high risk, high reward, and then Veritas Capital is still low risk, but I know that they are going to do well because there's this other company, ICO. I don't know if you know ICO Insurance.
Yeah, yeah, I know ICO. I know ICO
Exactly.
insurance. Yeah.
Exactly. I think they might beat ICO. I think I think they might beat ICO. Like because aside from the financials, like I also like to look at because one thing Nigerian companies don't do, they don't know how to like brand themselves. Like they don't know how to like take care of their online presence. So I think Veritas is beating them in that perspective. Like Veritas, if you check their social media, you know that this is a 21st century company. Like this is a modern day company, right? So when I also buy stocks in Nigeria, I try to look at their online presence. Are these guys like people running it? Are they actually looking at the future? Are they still in the back? Mm. So I try to consider that well. So for me, Veritas Capital, that's why I still like Veritas because their branding, their CEO, and like they are doing well. And I think on the long run they might beat Icon. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, okay. That's good
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I have a question for you because I'm trying to rectify an issue. I think I asked you that question, but I think I was still lost. I think it had to do with because I have this stock. I think I told you I own VFD Group. I own stake
VFD
in
Group,
VFD.
yes, VFD.
Yeah. So VFD is another long term stock for me. I love the company so much.
Yes,
So
I'm in VFD.
yeah, exactly. I asked you a question in regards to that their stock split. I'm still trying to solve that issue. I was trying to like you said that somebody said I should reach out. So I told you that when they had the stock split, my stock basically just went down in VF. Like I
Mm.
think they did not assign. They did a 4-1. So I think the shares they are supposed to assign to me, they didn't assign it to me. But the value is still high, even though my stock broker is still down. But when I reached out to VFD directly, they told me that they told me the equivalent shares I own in the company, and it was equal to the amount I invested. But when I go to my Afri Invest, it does not reflect there. So I know that you told me, as the way
Mm.
you told me I could solve that problem, is it through CSCS or
Yes,
something?
CSCS, yes. Have you registered with CSCS?
No, I've not registered with CSCS. I have a CSCS, but I'm yet to
Registered
register on their platform.
your CSCS, yeah, registered on their platform.
Oh, okay.
So when you register on their platform, open a CSCS account. So once you go online, you can do that tonight if you are paying automatically by card. But if you have to pay
Okay.
by transferring into
I
their
can
bank
pay by
account,
card now.
yeah, you can pay by card.
Okay.
So try to pay by card. If you're able to pay by card, happy days. It will do it automatically. But if you have to pay by transferring money into their account, reach out
Yeah.
to me. I know of the number I can send to you of someone in CSCS office. So once you've done that, you forward the payment receipt to the person's WhatsApp. So once
Okay.
you do that, the person will then activate your account. So by
Oh,
so doing, you'll be able to log into your CSCS account. You will see the amount of VFD you have. So which, from what you are saying, it will not tally with what you have on your broker's account or your
yeah.
brokerage account. It will not be the same. So once you've seen that, you will now contact your brokers, which your broker should do after have you contacted your brokers or have you spoken with them?
Yeah.
What did
Those
they
guys
say
don't know.
though?
They don't know what they're doing. Like,
That's the trouble. Those brokers, they don't know what they are doing. A good number of them
yeah.
don't. You have good ones, you have some that don't know. So when you contacted them, what you should have done, okay. So when
Yeah.
you get access to your CSCS account, you will see the amount you have. So when you now contact your brokers, call them and tell them that you can see it on your CSCS account that this is the amount of VFD you've got in stock.
Yeah.
However, it does not reflect that on their brokerage account. So once you
Okay.
tell them, they will do it for you. Mine, when it happened to me, I was in that same situation, like I said the last time, and I waited and waited and waited. So I just asked in the platform I joined recently, and they said, "Oh, they've paid that fourth one already." That was since last year. So I then
Yeah.
logged into my CSCS account. I saw it there. That is there. I was like, "So what's happening?" I then called my broker. As soon as I called my broker, I was like, "But this was happening. That my CSCS, this is the amount of VFD I've got, but it's not reflecting that on there." And then I said, "Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. That sorry, yeah, that you can see it." So right there and there, it was activated in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Less than 5 minutes, it reflected on my account. I have the correct amount. And when I bought VFD, I just bought like 3,000 units.
Yeah.
So by the time they did their split 4 to 1, it brought me up to like 19,500 and something.
Oh,
So
wow.
this 5 to 1 split now will take me to over 100,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
The
only
price.
started with 3,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I think the if you check the management of the company, like it's a very solid
Solid.
company, very
It's a
solid,
solid
like
one,
very,
very solid.
yeah, yeah, very
Absolutely. I
solid.
concur.
Yeah.
Mm. I think they are
Okay.
having their AGM is happening on the 8th.
Yeah, I think it's
I
virtual.
will do. Yeah,
It's
it is virtual.
virtual.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, it
saw
is
the.
virtual. Yeah, even it's on YouTube. Self, there's
Yeah,
notification on YouTube as well. So it will be
yeah.
only on YouTube, and I think they will be doing sending links and all whatnot. But I will be joining. I think it's at 11 or thereabout. I will be joining
Okay.
actually.
When is the date? Because I received the email, but I've forgotten. When did you?
I think
Can
it's
you
the 8th. I
of
think
this
it's the
month?
8th. Yeah, the 8th of this month. Yeah, 8th.
Okay.
I
Okay.
believe it's the 8th. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
I
fine.
believe so. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you so
Mm.
much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. Pleasure
Okay.
is mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always reach out to me. You still have my
Yeah, I have
contact
your
to reach me.
WhatsApp. Yeah, sure. I have your WhatsApp.
Yeah,
I'll definitely,
okay.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
definitely reach out to you. Definitely. Are you on
All
Twitter?
right. Then. I am on no I am not directly on Twitter, but I think I can
Oh,
join Twitter. But I'm not on Twitter currently. I
yeah,
just tend to
Twitter.
do
Yeah, go on.
okay. Go on, no, after you. Twitter.
No, Twitter is actually a nice place to like you get to also see other like mine because I've been able to like join a couple of spaces where they have good conversations about the Nigerian stock market. So it's actually
Wow,
is
that's
a yeah
fantastic.
yeah very solid. Yesterday I was
I'll
on
consider that
yeah hundred
because
percent.
I am on Instagram. Is there
Yeah,
any of such links on Instagram? But okay, I'll try to
no.
join Twitter. So
Yeah,
if you can
I'll be
send me some
once in
of
a
those
while.
links.
Yeah. I'll be sharing the when they have this now. Definitely be sharing the links on in the community
Oh,
so you can
yeah.
enjoy it. Yeah, Twitter is a good place to see some awesome people that also talk about investing and all that stuff. Nigerian stock market.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Okay. I
so
know.
how how do you go through the whole hassle of reading annual report? Personally, I now have a way of reading annual report. I don't basically now start taking all my time to like going through the whole document.
Mm-hmm.
I of notebook LLM is an AI stuff. I can just basically get the 3 years annual report. Maybe let me use Dangote Cement for example. I could get their annual report for 2024, get the annual report for 2023, 2021, like to let me say 2020. I can just upload it to that notebook LLM and just ask it questions, and it gets to like tell me how the company has performed over the last 4 years without me going through the whole documents one by one. So it's just a
Oh,
tip in
that's
case.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Did
wonderful
you
way
say
to.
LLM?
Let me just highlight it. Notebook LLM.
Okay.
Let me. It's a good platform. LLM. LLM is a solid
Notebook,
LLM. Not
LLM. Okay.
yes, LLM.
So you have to upload the annual reports
Yeah,
yourself.
I can even
Um,
let me share my screen now so you see.
okay.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Uh, where is this? Uh, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you can see I have a couple of annual reports. I have Japan Gold and some crypto stuff, and then see Universal Insurance. So you can see here I uploaded some of their I uploaded their 2024 Q1, Q3, and Q4. So I can just ask it
Mm.
how has 2023 quarter, but then so it takes some time to like look at the whole stuff. I don't know if it's my network. So, aside from this, you can it's there's this podcast version where it can you can just be listening to the audio. Okay, that's okay. You can see it here based on. So you can see it basically gives you how the company has performed. So you can now have an idea of okay, you can even use ChatGPT to like know the questions to prompt to ask this notebook LLM to have better understanding. If there's any place you're confused, you can copy it and paste it to ChatGPT to help you understand it better. And then you have much more better knowledge on whether the company is doing well or not. So this is just a little way
Well,
I still got
so
yeah,
the
I
first
still
bit
do
is
my
to first get the annual those
yeah,
annual statements uploaded.
yeah, just get them and upload them. Upload them. You can see I
Okay.
have different distance here, and I just upload them. Right, it's straightforward. And the platform I used to get, I don't know if you already have a platform, but I use this platform, All African Financials. It's a
All
solid place.
African financial.
Yeah, yeah. You can search for the company name. Let me see. Yeah. Is it All African? Okay, let me just go to document because sometimes it can be complicated using this All African Financials. Okay, yeah, you can see
So are you
the
still on the All African financials?
yeah, yeah. Can't you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still there. I'm still on the yeah, I'm still there. I'm still on the website. I just went to this
Oh
place
yeah,
that
you went
says
to
here that says
documents.
document.
Yeah.
Yeah, and clicked on Nigeria.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And then you can see FTN Coco just dropped there. Once they drop it, it will come up here. Okay, someone said that
Mm.
TIP went up. I think it's because they dropped their Q1.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
T went
maybe.
up.
Yeah,
T went
exactly. I
up. It
think
closed
it's
at 5 naira something, I think, if I'm not
exactly,
mistaken.
and yeah, I think it's because of this Q1. I think they did well in Q1. That's what Ruby said. Ruby said it. So this is their report here. This is it. You can see it's here now. So you can now go through it and you can get it and paste it. Let me just open it, sha. So wow, my 9.90%. So this is the report here. This is the report. You can now
Okay.
click on this button here. Then it opens the report properly. Then you download the report. You just download it here and then put it into that notebook LLM, and then it can answer your question and all that stuff.
So for notebook LLM, you just upload it.
Yeah, just upload it. Upload it. Just upload it. They even have there's this audio version. Let me say I'm busy. It can basically all the whole stuff. It can summarize the
If you
whole
read it
report
out.
for you and create like no, it will create a podcast, not even read it out. It's not reading it out for you. It creates a podcast. Here, two people are having conversations about how the company performed, right? And then you can just be listening to it and maybe just be listening to it and let me just play it. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Can you hear? So you're hearing my,
No,
my
I had
speaker,
it.
right?
Yeah. Now, no, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Not the podcast.
Can you hear it now?
No,
Yeah, you
no, I
hearing,
can't hear
yeah,
it.
you hearing it before? Oh, okay. Well,
I
yeah, they
thought
have
I
this
had it.
podcast feature. Oh, okay. But they have this podcast feature where you can just listen to what like you listen to two people have conversation on how the company performed, and then it's a wonderful stuff. I use it. So yeah, I just wanted to share it. It's a
Notebook,
very nice notebook
notebook
LLM.
LLM,
Yes,
LLM rather.
LLM. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, I'll look into it.
yeah, sure.
And then there's
Um,
all Africans financials.
yeah. So let me bring up somebody that choice. I think
Did
someone.
you say all Africa's financials?
Yeah, all African financials, all Africa, all Africa.
Okay,
Let me,
all Africa financials. Okay,
let me,
okay, that's fantastic. Thank you so much.
yeah, let me post the stuff. All Africa financial. You can just search it on Google and then you see the website and then you can,
Mm,
yeah,
okay.
okay. What happened? I think he left. Sure, he left. Okay. Let me bring up the choice.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes. Hello, that choice. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing wonderfully well. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for the wonderful work you're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
For somebody like me, I have been on and off the Nigerian stock market. A very critical example was I left Nigerian stock market when Eternal Oil was 1 naira 90 kobo.
Wow. Wow.
I gave up.
Wow.
Only
Wow.
for me to come back and Eternal Oil is almost reaching 53 naira per share.
Yeah, yeah. I know how you feel. I know how you feel.
So I saw that you were sharing some penny stock yesterday from your
Yeah,
YouTube and all that.
yeah.
Uh, just like you share penny stock, can you equally share some value investing stocks?
Okay, value
Value
investing
invest,
stocks.
yeah. Because for me,
Yeah,
I have seen the Nigerian stock market as a marathon, not a sprint.
yeah.
So, in a nutshell, the value investing will pay me more.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to see how I can navigate my way back into having some very good value investing stocks for investment.
So let me. I want to first of all understand your perspective of value investing before I can now know how best to be of help because even I don't know even penny stocks. it's a stock being penny doesn't mean that it's not a value investable stock. I don't know if that makes sense. So what's your own
Yeah.
concept of value investing? Let me first understand.
Okay, basically, I'm looking at the blue chip companies
Okay.
that whether come rain, come sunshine, they will be there.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
yes, yes. There's no issue like delisting tomorrow, maybe as a
Oh,
result
okay.
of bad you
Oh,
get. So
yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
hold them for a long period of time, I'm still going to make my money. That's the way I'm looking at it from.
Okay. So, sorry, give me a second. Okay. So, that makes a whole lot of sense to me. That makes a lot of like what I would say. First of all, you already know the Nigerian stock market, even though it has been around since the early 90s, it's still in its early stage because it's yet to reach its true potential. You understand? And then when it comes to your own concept of value investing, which is not bad, which is very, very correct. Um, you need to understand again that in Nigeria you have the I don't think we even have medium cap stock. We have the large cap and then we have the penny, the small cap. Nigerian stock are pretty much undervalued, right? And we have this issue of a company existing for a long time and then the next thing you're hearing that they are delisting, you get. So one thing I tend to do if I'm trying to like invest from this perspective, because you're basically trying to de-risk, you're trying to de-risk yourself, right? So I tend to invest in the banking sector. I try to look for companies that are still not as big as Zenith Bank, but I know that there are high chances that they're going to be here for a very long time. Even if they're not here, they're going to be sold because Nigerian banking sector have passed the stage of where it's not like it's not possible. It's not like banks cannot still go down, but I feel that we have passed the stage of banks just going down just like that, right? So for me, what I do is when I'm trying to de-risk myself or look for value investable stocks based off your perspective, I just focus on the banking industry. And personally, I like Wema Bank and Sterling Bank, right? But aside from Wema Bank and Sterling Bank, I also like companies that pay me dividends. Get so I tend to also lean towards the side of Zenith Bank. I tend to also lean towards the side of Zenith Bank. But with the current price of Zenith Bank, I don't know whether for you if it's still worth investing. But for me, I think that Zenith Bank at its current price is still it's still value investable because I know that it will still go up to even 100 naira because there are many things that I will say that I think makes me believe that the Zenith Bank will hit 100 naira. One is that Zenith Bank is I like to call it government bank because lots of government agencies basically use Zenith Bank. And
Sorry, sorry to cut you.
yeah,
I am tempted to say that you have a bias for Zenith Bank.
why?
I have followed your videos keenly,
Yeah.
and I have come to that conclusion that you have a bias for Zenith Bank.
So why would you say that? Let me know.
Okay, Guarantee Trust Bank, for example,
Yeah.
regularly pay dividend.
I don't like the guaranteed trust bank.
You see why I said it's a bias.
Yeah,
It
continue,
does,
continue.
you get,
Yeah, yeah,
and they don't just regularly pay dividend. They
yeah.
pay dividend almost twice every year.
Okay.
When you were doing your video of dividend paying stock,
Yeah.
I was expecting that if
I'll
it
say
doesn't
this.
be the top five, let it be the top six. But it was not even on
I
your
want to
radar.
ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Do you see what's
Yeah.
happening in Nigeria with, this bank you're talking about now? Just even though I don't think it's going to affect it, but do you see what's going on? The protest that is happening in Abuja.
See,
Eh,
if I have 10 million naira today,
yeah.
I will buy GT stocks today
Why?
because
Why?
it
Why?
because it has dipped.
Okay, okay,
Maybe
because of it
because
has
of
dipped. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
you get,
Yeah,
because
yeah, I
I
get.
know that it has the fundamentals, whether we like it or not, to pick
Okay,
up
go
again.
on.
You
Yeah,
get.
sure, definitely.
So for me, the economic events
Yeah,
of today is for me to buy more.
Okay.
Because let's be frank with ourselves.
Yeah.
There is no sane human being that will move his or her account from GT Bank because of very dark man. What GT has done is not
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I am not supporting them at all. But that
Yeah.
is not to say that because of that, I'll now go and pull my
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. I understand 100%. I am totally in support of
Yes,
what you're saying.
for
Yeah. Yeah.
me, for me, it has even helped investors
Yeah.
to buy more of their shares today because the market dipped today because of that. Maybe you want to ascribe it to the issue on ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought GT during their first initial public offer,
Oh wow.
the
Okay.
days of the late 2000, right?
Yeah.
And when I sold that shares at that particular point in time, I bought a laptop from it.
Oh wow. Okay.
So now I am coming back. Anytime, any day, I will first grab a GT bank. That is a bias too. I will
Are
first
you
grab.
are you a GT Bank customer? Let me ask first. Have
I
you
am
used
a
them before?
customer. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
okay.
It has always been my first bank.
Oh okay.
Yes. Reason being that the likes of Zenith, they
Yeah.
were making banks unreachable at that point in time, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You understand? They were
Yeah.
banking for the elephants.
Yeah. The
But
elites. Yeah. Exactly. That's the
when
bank of the elites.
yeah, so when GT came, GT Bank targeted the rats. And when they targeted the rats, they could penetrate almost everywhere. And one thing was working well for GT at that point in time. They didn't have so many branches all over the place,
Yeah.
but they were doing very well. They were able to cut their costs from not having so many branch all over the place.
Mm.
Yeah. So for me,
Yeah, but see,
I,
this is my problem with GT.
uh,
This cutting of cost, like this is exactly my problem with GT. They are trying to run a very lean business and then maximize profit. Like, and I feel that for me, coming from the business angle, I feel that when you're trying to cut cost, it
yeah.
affects you on the long run. That's why I
Mm,
don't like to. I feel that if you're not able to like, I know many GT software developers and other stuff that they work there for some time and then because of let me say the culture in the company, they leave there and run away
mm,
because they're always trying to cut cost and then make
mm,
profit, which I don't
mm,
think is good on the long run. I feel that
mm,
it could affect them, right? So that's my
mm,
issue with them. And why I like Zenith Bank exactly, you made mention of the bank of the elites.
mm,
That's it. I feel that anything that's for the elites, they're always going to be pulling in those big numbers. They're always going to be
mm,
pulling those big numbers, right? And I know that anything for the elites always lasts. And that's why I think
yeah.
Zenith Bank is going to last very, very long. Like, it's the bank of the elites. It's going to last for a very, very long time. So when I'm trying to be very, very safe and looking for something that I know that when I retire, that is going to be able to pay me dividends and all that stuff, I run to Zenith Bank because Zenith Bank has stood the test of time. But GT Bank likes to cut costs. Those guys, I don't know how many tech guys they even have currently in their company. They like to cut costs, so that's just my major issue with them, and that's why I sometimes I'm skeptical about even talking about them, right? So that's just my own bias to them. You can go on.
But 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 then again, if you put the last financial reports for
Yeah,
2024
no, it's
side
crazy.
by side by side with, let's be frank now, Abby. So
Yeah,
let's look at it from that standpoint, right?
yeah, yeah.
For
I get.
me,
Yeah,
GT still perform better than Zenith Bank, right?
100%.
So
Yeah,
on that basis, let's take apple for apple. You give it to GT, even with your bias, right?
when they are cutting costs, when they are cutting costs, we did in the next 3 years. You know what will happen? That's
See,
the problem.
but then again,
Yeah.
I was so impressed with Fidelity Bank. I must say,
Okay.
I was
Okay.
impressed with their turnaround performance. I was not expecting what I
Is
saw.
it with Fidelity?
Yeah, Fidelity.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did very well. They did very
Very,
well.
very well. 100%. Like, wow. Fidelity Bank, like I when they had that their public offer, I think it was around was it 9 naira or thereabout. So
Mm,
nobody are still scared that this is high, but wow, it's been crazy. It has doubled, literally doubled in price, and they are like, yeah. Why I like that Fidelity Bank, if you even check their shareholder structure, right, all right, you see
mm,
that there's no one person that like have all the whole bulk of shares in the company. Like the shares
yeah,
is spread out. It's as if the shares is spread out among
yeah.
most of their top guys, right? Unlike most
Mm,
of these other banks now, where you see maybe let me say for example, Hares Holding in UBA Bank, they
mm,
have huge
mm,
stake and all that stuff, right?
mm.
They can, but in Fidelity Bank, the stuff is just spread among little shares owned by a whole lot of people. Yeah, so it's a bank of the people, Fidelity Bank, solid bank, very solid bank.
Then again, do you have anything against Aradel?
I don't know.
I came
I
for
don't
you
know.
today, right?
Yeah, God. That was a good question actually. When I looked at Aradel, I'm
Mm,
trying to remember what made me to be very careful with them. I don't know if it's because of Owando and because personally I don't like Owando, right? Right, I don't like Owando. So
mm,
when I did this, when I looked into Aradel, I knew that before they came to the NGX, they were listed on this other stock exchange that is not really popular in Nigeria, where companies
mm.
before they come to the NGX, they are traded there. Is it
Yeah,
NAST or yeah? I think
yeah.
the share price hit 7,000 naira per share or something like that. Very crazy.
Mm,
And then before they now came public to the NGX, right? So I think the thing that made me be careful with Aradel is because of one, the whole oil situation in Nigeria. Like I'm very careful in that sector. I think that some of these top guys in government they own shares there, right? So
mm,
I try to be careful when it comes to dealing with those kind of companies because I feel that they don't really care about shareholders. Let's forget all the whole they don't really care about shareholders. And I believe any company that does not care about shareholders, like I tend to avoid them, right? So that's just my issue with them. Like I'm yet to really look deep into them. But I know when I did my own research, I don't like what I like. My instinct didn't just like it, so I just stayed away, and that's why I've only made only one video about Aradel Holding, and then I
mm.
try to like not talk about it that much. Yeah. So what are you asking me about Aradel? Like, it's like you like the company or what? Like,
Of course, I like Aradel, whether good or bad. I still prefer Aradel to Total. Yeah.
okay, so what was your bias with Aradel?
Um, because they are not just looking at oil, right? They
Yeah.
are looking at oil and oil derivatives, right?
Okay.
They are
Yeah.
looking at the future, which is going to
Yeah.
be nuclear and solar, as it were. So they are looking into buying into those investments now for the future.
Hmm.
So, for
Okay.
example, if oil ceases to happen in Nigeria, they will not be out of business.
Hmm.
For
Interesting.
me, that's somebody that is being smart, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, I would invest in Arade
Hmm.
if I have the resources. I've
Yeah.
even started. In short,
Yeah.
currently now I am on a daily buy of 5 Arade shares daily.
Wow. Amazing. Wow. I gotta look at
That's
them
just
again.
see. I know the funny thing. The
Yeah.
funny thing is, as at the time they were selling, you can see it on the stock markets 497. I
Yeah.
bought I bought 440, I be 448.
Hmm.
Are you getting
Wow.
it? So
So okay, you,
I
you
was
say you
even
bought it. Sorry, you say when it was selling at 497, you bought it at
yeah,
448. So people are selling at
yes,
that price. Wow. Wow.
yeah. So most of all this stock, that's the way it looks. For example,
Yeah.
even look at your Dangote stock.
Yeah.
Eh? In the market, it could be 480, right? But I can tell you I bought 431.
Hmm. Wow. People they dispose Dangote. Interesting.
You understand? So even Seplat that is going for
Yeah.
57, I bought for 5,130.
Hmm. Wow.
Are you getting
Yeah.
it? So
Wait,
so
wait, you
that,
bought
that's
Seplat at 5,000. You bought Seplat.
5,130.
Wow. So
and
what
it's
price
five
it in
seven.
Seplat? Okay. Nice, nice. Okay, that was a good one. Okay.
Yeah, so so I'm getting my profits, whether good or bad,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
I'm not in a hurry to sell them.
yeah,
I'm not just in a hurry to sell any of those stock at all.
yeah,
I am looking at it for the retirement plan,
yeah, yeah,
right? So anything I can do to just mop up, I'll just buy those shares now.
yeah.
So RRD for me is the company of the future.
Okay.
No matter what happened today to them, they have plans to bounce back in the future.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
get?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Nice.
look, have a second look at RRD.
Okay. Sure, sure. I'll take a
Yeah,
look at them. Okay.
yeah.
I
Because
think I
that's
think
Yeah,
okay, go on, go
I
on.
have to.
Go on,
Sorry,
that's
sorry.
the
let me
same.
interject.
Okay.
Let me interject.
Oh,
I absolutely concur. Aradel is a good buy. Is a stock to actually hold for the long haul.
yeah.
It is currently undervalued,
That's just
very, very.
it.
So any day, anytime, Aradel is a good buy for me. And
Mhm.
at the same time, that does not mean that Total isn't that good because at the moment, in as much as I am in Aradel, I've got a bit of Total as well, and we can see that Total is actually paying good dividends as well. Total is the second highest paying dividend on the NGX, declaring 40 naira, of which we know the first is. It's so funny. I was doing this analysis with a friend of mine. She's actually, I believe she's still on this live. Ruby, you can also join since we can have multiple guests if you are there. Yeah, I think Micah will let you come in. Mike, Ruby was on earlier on. She was the first
Yeah,
person
she's
that
here.
actually
I've
spoke.
added her. She's
And I
here.
believe yeah. So you can let her in as well if she wants to come in. So we're doing the analysis. So obviously the first, the highest paying dividend stock in Nigeria is Presco at 42 naira per share. So and we did the analysis. That the analysis is the truth of the matter, which most people don't see it as that. Palm oil is actually more valuable than crude oil. A bottle of you can calculate how much a bottle of what's they call these a bottle of palm oil not a bottle, I mean a liter of palm oil relative to a liter of petrol. So a liter of petrol is about 900 and something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Approximately eight something 900. Let's just say 900
Yeah.
for convenience sake. You cannot get a liter of palm oil for that. The cheapest you would get a liter of palm oil would be like I think it's 2,000 if I'm not mistaken. It's about
Dollars,
2,000. No, I think it's more than 2,000. It's more than 2,000.
dollars,
Sorry, my bad. Sorry. No, no,
dollars,
naira.
right? Okay. Thought you said
No,
dollars.
no, 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 naira. I'm talking of naira. No, no, naira. So it's
You mean
900
barrel?
naira. And
Barrel. Is it barrel?
no, I'm not talking of barrel. I'm talking of
Oh,
liter. I'm talking of the refined product now. So
okay.
petrol, I'm talking of PMS, petrol is roughly 900. It's 850 or 8 something 900. For convenience sake, 900. You cannot get a liter of palm oil for that. I think if I can remember vividly, I think a liter. Ruby, please, if you are, or you can come on, please, if you are, because I did this analysis with her. She's on already, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
Yes,
on, but she's
I'm on. I'm
muted.
on. Yes, I'm on.
So from our analysis, how much were we able to actually pin a liter of palm oil to? Do you
Okay, I
remember?
said
Was it 2,000?
it's more than 2,000 because I said I bought 775 CL at 2,000. So a liter should be more than
Exactly.
2,000.
Exactly. So a liter would be is a liter would be, let's say, roughly 2,000, either 2,500 or 3,000 naira of palm oil, and not every household would consume what's it called? Will consume PMS, but virtually every household in Nigeria will consume palm oil. And more to that, the industrial implication of what's it called? The usage of palm oil. Most of the soap we use saponification, they actually use palm oil. You get my point. And other industrial uses of palm oil. So and that's why we can see that Presco was able to be the highest NGA paying dividend, and what's it called? NGX paying dividends of
Sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut
go
you.
on,
How much
go
is
on.
Seplat paying their shareholders?
Yeah, so I think it was 36 cents if I'm not mistaken, because obviously they pay in the dollars.
Yeah, they are paying 36 cents twice. I hope you
Mm.
know that. So there's a special dividend for shareholders, and there's the other dividend for shareholders. Yeah. So if you say 36 times two, that's almost like a dollar.
That's 72, 72.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's 72
Okay.
cents.
So 72 cents. If you do the calculation, I think it should be more than
Yeah, yeah.
it should be more
Oh
than
yes, it
Presco.
is more. It is more than
No,
Presco
yeah,
if you're looking at.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
go on.
So I just wanted to put that out there that
Hold on. It's
Presco is
not
not the
point. It's
highest.
not. Hold on, please. It's not point three. It's 0.03 cents. That's two different things. Point three
Oh, it's
cents
my top three
is
cents.
0.03 cents. That's what I Steplat give. So Steplat the on is 0.03. Point 0.3 is what you add together your 7 is like 30 cents, but 0.03 cents. That's what it is. She get. And Steplat gives quarterly. They give their own
Yeah,
quarterly. So we're
yeah,
looking at the year end. As at the year end, what they give, as in like the year of whatever. So Kepler does every quarter and every quarter and every quarter. So we're not saying everything is good to buy, whether you're buying Seplat out there. We're looking at the implication of at every time what this one will give to you, right now we know consumer goods are doing very well because they've got added prices, things are expensive, people are buying, people will have to eat and
yeah.
all that. But I think Seplat
No,
is 0.03, not point
yeah.
0.3. Yes.
Nobody's arguing that Presco is not a good buy anyway. I don't think anybody will argue that.
I'm telling
I don't think
you.
anybody in their right frame of mind will argue buy for
Yeah,
Presco.
Presco, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Presco. Yeah. And Presco is clamped up anyway. I think it's he
Is it full bid?
actually well as of last week I think it was to start with it was lingering at that 785. So it's gone up last week, close of last week. I think it went up to 860 if I'm not mistaken. And if, I think the current price is probably 890 something if I'm not mistaken. So it's actually creeping up gradually. It's still creeping up. I don't know, before the close of this year, I can see Presco actually hitting 1,000 easily,
Yeah, this year
easily.
might be.
Because
Yeah,
as of last week, it closed at it was 860 after lingering for a while at 785. So it's moved up to 860. And I think today, if I remember, if I recollect vividly, I think it crept up to probably 890 or so, 890 or 890 something. But yeah, I think he actually gained a bit marginally. But let's go back to what I was trying to say anyway. Aradel, yes, goodbye, uh, fine. But Total is actually paying better dividend. Obviously, we can take price comparison into was according to perspective. I think dividend for Aradel was I think 22 naira, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
Um, while Total was 40 naira, and then Total as well. Total are not just sitting on shale oil. So talking about crude oil and all the shit, no, that's not what they're doing. Total is equally investing in renewable source of energy, and Total, in its real sense, is a multinational company. So just to put that out there as well. So it's a good buy. In terms of dividends, one could have a mixture, and that's why it's called a portfolio for diversity. One can actually diversify. You get a dividend coming from Total, and then still investing in Aradel because I'm a strong believer of Aradel anyway. and with their recent acquisition of Shell, completion, and everything. So we are, so it has that massive prospect, and I can tell that it's actually on the value as well. So I'm not by no means actually minimizing the prospect of Aradel, and the management as well is equally solid. That's one of the things that would actually tell how well a company will go is the managerial team, how strong and dedicated they are. So based on that ground, they a good buy, and they have
Have you
very
guys checked
strong.
what I don't know if anyone has gone through the financials of Aradel for 2024. What would you say about that? Personally, I'm yet to go through that. I don't know if they have dropped it. I don't know if there's any clues on their performance for 2024.
I thought they've dropped it. Ruby, they've dropped
Yeah,
it, isn't it? The
Yes,
earnings communication.
their first
they have
quarter,
dropped
I
it.
thought their Q1 is out.
their Q1 is out. They did well, but remember they finalized the Shell thing in March, so it was not included. That will be coming in the second quarter. So expect
Oh
a
wow.
better result and better
Oh.
profit. But the Q1 this year was better than the year before, as in it did very well. So expect
So
a better result when they put into constitution for the next quarter two result.
let me just confirm. You're saying that they performed well in Q1 of 2025 compared to
Yes, they
Q1
did.
of
Yes, they did.
okay,
They did.
interesting.
Then consider the fact that they had finished the Shell acquisition ended March, so it was not part of the Q1 result. It's going to come with the Q2 result. So people are expecting a better yield and a better result Q2, because by then they will have gotten the dividends and proceeds for whatever they. And that was okay. Now their result was good in Q1. The cost of sales increased. That was because of the acquisition of the Shell
Yeah,
whatever. But the
yeah.
result was good.
Cost of
So, you
sales was yeah,
they agree. So now by
it was
Q2, that cost of
increased.
sale will have reduced because they will have, they're not buying anything again, no acquisition. So
Yeah.
that's
They
what
would
people are
have
looking
started
at.
earning from it as well. Earning would have started flowing in from that acquisition
Yeah. And there are high chances that
or
Q2 will be
procurement.
very, very better. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
And
yes,
it's really trading at
oh yes,
400 and something. Wow. That was a buying
And
opportunity.
they
yes.
pay interim. So second quarter is when they pay interim. So by the time they bring second quarter results, we don't know how much you'll pay, but definitely they might pay something. They always do. They pay twice.
For
Seplat pays
me,
for.
for me, their management is what is my interest. They
It is
know how
solid.
to, yeah, they know how to manage the resources and maximize profits.
Do you guys know who's the majority shareholder in Aradel self? Because that's another thing I tend to consider.
No, not
I,
sure.
honestly, it's something that I really like to look out for. I'll take a look at that company because the last time I'll really take a look at them because man, when you look at the majority shareholder, you have to be sure like who is this, who are these guys, like that kind of thing. But yeah, just to but you're saying the management is solid. That's what you guys are saying.
Yeah,
The
this
management
Yeah,
management is
is
solid.
yeah.
I have a friend. After I did the analysis, that was like probably at some point last year, and they talked about the management. The part where yeah, one of the key guys there is someone with a reputable this thing that has antecedents of actually growing companies. I can't remember names now or anything, but as of when I did that analysis, it was a very solid individual, and yeah, so it's yeah,
Sorry to
yeah.
cut you. It will interest you to know that the majority shareholder has less than 6%.
in
For
Aradel.
Aradel,
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
wow.
That is fantastic.
So that for me, it's a good one, right?
So they cannot be manipulation. They cannot be easily manipulated.
Yes.
Hmm, interesting. Hmm, very interesting.
Maybe
Okay.
you need to revisit Aradel again.
I will definitely revisit there. Let me be sure. That was quite interesting.
Yeah.
That's actually quite interesting. Wow. Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
And there's a lot of shares to be bought.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to buy because
There's a lot.
when I'm listening and then checking the price, I'm saying that because I think when they listed, they hit almost is it they hit 800 naira
850,
or thereabout.
850,
Seven
850.
Eight
850.
850 is
850.
the 52 weeks high. 850.
Wow. So there's huge potential
850,
for that.
850 point something. Mm.
Yeah.
There's
And
huge
the
potential.
52 low is four naira, 401 naira.
4 naira. Are you sure it's 4 naira?
Yeah,
4 naira.
400. No, no, no.
No,
I
I
mean
for see.
400. 401 naira. No, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
400, 400, 401, 401 naira. Yeah.
And last week,
That's the 52 low.
last week, they dropped down, and today they
Yes.
picked up
And
again.
they picked up again. Mm.
Today,
I think they are
they
now
are
at
top.
490.
Yeah, today they are the top gainers.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
wow.
So what does that tell you?
People are actually now looking at them. Holding price. Let me see.
I think I heard they'll be doing like 62,000 barrels or something. So their oil production too daily will be with this new acquisition will be quite high. So
Yeah,
expect.
yeah,
Yeah. Now, but
Wow.
this one you said you have other source of energy, then that makes it very attractive.
yeah.
Since you're
That
not
is
going to
what I saw, and I said, no, I need to be part of this company. For me, I like a company that thinks about the future, not just now. Right?
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And VFD is another good shares. They are another quite a forward-thinking company. VFD
Yeah.
Group.
Yeah. VFD is
I
very
don't
solid.
I don't know if you know anything about VFD.
I have a small portion of VFD anyway, because
Yeah, okay.
I looked at them over a period of 3 months. I could see their movement in the stock market. I was like, what are they into? And I went to
Everything. They're into everything. They're into everything. That's why they're moving like that.
and you know the funny thing was when they declared a dividend, you would
Mm.
expect that their shares would drop. It
Mm.
dropped like this week. The next week it was already up, and
It
it
was
has
up.
never come down since that time.
No, it hasn't. Mm.
And
Mm.
it's like they did share revaluation, something like
Bonus,
that.
bonus, bonus.
Yeah.
5 for 1.
Bonus.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
So they paid a
Bonus.
dividend of two. They declared dividend of 2 naira 50 kobo, and a
Yeah,
bonus of 5 for 1. So for
yeah,
everyone you have, they give you 5.
yeah.
And
No, they are
I was
doing very
telling
well.
Micah earlier on that when I bought like last year, I bought like just 3,000 something units. So when they did their 4 to 1, it took me up to 19,500 and something. So
Whoa,
with this recent 5 to 1 they are doing, it's taking me to over 100,000.
whoa.
Yes, that's the
That's a
blood
good
money.
thing.
That's the blood ritual or money ritual, blood ritual of stocks in Nigeria.
Yeah,
It's just going astronomical.
yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm. But the
But
truth of the matter is,
is anybody looking at
okay, go on.
NASCON? Is anybody looking at NASCON?
Mm.
Um, NASCOM, which sector? Is it insurance?
It's consumer good.
No, that's called.
Dangote salt is like
This,
that's
yeah.
what the media are supposed to bring to Dangote food.
No,
But me, I would say
Dangote bought it over. It was
I know, but
formerly, yeah, yeah, yeah.
because you
So
know they wanted to put that and the sugar is supposed to make the Dangote food. Now, why I'm not looking at NASCON is sugar is cheaper, and with that, I just asked Micah earlier with this sugar something never. And before now, I remember the food was supposed to be one sugar, one food, but a fraction of NASCON to the food, to the sugar, to the food you get. So if you maybe have like 50,000 sugar, automatically you have 50,000 food. Now with this, whatever they're going to do in Ghana, and with this production, he just finished his tomato puree production something plants in Bono. They announced it yesterday too. So
okay.
that means the food. Yes, so yesterday he announced the Ghana stuff for the sugar, and yesterday he announced the finish the production of the building of the plants in Borno State to make tomatoes puree. So now he will start doing his own tomatoes paste, like tin tomatoes kind of thing. So that means there's going to be a food very soon. That was what I was asking Micah. Should we not look at buying the sugar, knowing that sugar is cheaper than NASCO? That's what I'm looking at. She gets. See, because at the end of it, if he's going to go back, continue with that food, and continue with that one sugar for one food, then I think we're better off buying sugar. But I don't know whether he will still do the food or whatever. So that's
Is it
what
in
I'm looking
Ghana?
at. No,
I'm not
you know
really.
what? Last year was
No,
supposed
in
to have.
Nigeria, in Borno,
Okay. You say last year
it's
he was
not the
supposed to do
tomato
what?
peel.
Okay, the paste. You mean the paste he was supposed to do last year?
The
Yeah.
pace is on. He has finished it. He's in Borno,
Oh,
Nigeria, Borno State.
oh
He,
wow.
he,
Okay.
he made two announcements came out yesterday. One, it was sugar that first came out. He's himself. Go and Google Dangote, I think yesterday. He said
Okay.
he has acquired land to build a sugar manufacturing company in Ghana, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah, I
blah,
saw
blah,
that
blah,
one.
blah. The second one that came out again an hour later, that he has finished his plant, the company, the production he has made, maturing whatever, in Borno State
Tomato
to
peel.
produce twin tomatoes. So he has finished it now. So he's going to start work, start producing twin tomatoes. That's the second one that came out yesterday. So that was why, and I said, that's why I asked you, do you think we should now look at buying sugar? Because NASCON is doing, I think NASCON has been making more profit. Sugar has been going loss. Now with this Ghana, that why we used to mitigate the FX loss. That's what I'm looking at. And
Exactly.
then I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, I was discussing with Mr. T. I told him that means it's even the Dangote cement that we used to build the factory in Ghana. You know, he exports. So, but then exports his cement to Ghana to build. So there's something that cement too might do very well. You know, these things can be, of course, I can't have a cement industry and go be building and buy from another company. It's not possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gets so all
But
those things that
are you not thinking that he can convert the NASCON into the Dangote foods?
so yes,
Wait,
it's
I want
supposed to
to understand.
be
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I want
okay.
to. He
Go
bought
ahead.
Dangote bought Nascon. Dangote bought Nascon. Is that what you guys are
Yes,
saying?
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes,
he
yes.
owns NASCON. He's the one of NASCON.
And Nascon is also listed on the NGX now.
Yes,
Yes.
Ah,
salt. That's salt now. Don't you know? They're into
I'm not
salt.
aware actually.
Yes, he did.
It used to be National Salt Company of Nigeria,
Okay,
Yeah, he
NASCON.
bought
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Uh,
But he bought it over. But he retained the name. You
yeah,
get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but you know
yeah.
the food is supposed to be Dangote rice, Dangote
Mm,
sugar, NASCON. The rice, eh?
mm,
It's supposed to be food. It's supposed to be the rice. One of sugar is one of food.
mm,
Rice, one of rice. I think it's one of food. But it's supposed to be whether 12 of NASCON, 11 of food. So NASCON are going to lose some, but sugar was supposed to be one of sugar, one of sugar, one of food. So this three entity was supposed to form the food. But I think he does rice paddy. You know, para paddy, the one
Yeah,
they used to plant. Then before it, that was when the NASCON and sugar last year went crazy, got to 80 and all that. She get from how much now? So now SEC now stopped them because he said he has not started his production of paddy. Whether he has not started producing or which was not working. One of those things, but the rice part of it didn't go well. It was cancelled. But before then, since then, sugar have been giving bad results, FX loss. Why not gonna be giving a good result? She get and all that and
yeah,
declaring dividend. They even did bonus last year, but sugar has not done anything and all that. So only for him to announce yesterday. And okay, another friend of ours, Mr. Show, remember, she told last time we had the discussion, we had our own group discussion like this. She was like, "How she look at sugar, that sugar is breaking out. Let's try and buy sugar." But me, I didn't take her serious because their result was bad. She know. But
yeah,
yesterday, when he now made the announcement of having to do a factory or whatever in Ghana, so I'm looking at the fact that the FX locks might be mitigated with that. One, secondly, since he exports cement, I'm looking at him using his own cement to go and build up that factory there. So Dangote cement might do very well. Then thirdly, he now announced again that he's doing that and he just finished the factory that was started giving us tomatoes free. So we start having to very simply Dangote tomatoes space in market. So there's tendency that he might decide to join everything now to do the food because tomatoes is still food now. Spaghetti is food
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that. So that's why I was asking. I was just discussing with Achi. In order for us to start picking sugar now, that is cheaper than NASCON. Because that means because you know Dangote loves sugar. You know when he sold something flour one time, he has I think I don't know what is in that sugar. Because even from last week, I was discussing with some person was saying he might end up selling sugar. Only for him to come out with this thing yesterday again that he's not producing. That means that something is sugar. He's not sure telling us. He doesn't want to let go. Even when he sold his flour, I had he sold flour a long time ago or something. So it's not. I was not saying no matter for start picking that sugar, knowing fully well that the food will still come out. If it is still arrangement of one sugar, one food, They were better off with the sugar than NASCON. Though NASCON had its results are better, and they even declared on like sugar that meaning FX loss. But with this one is going to do in Ghana, that might mitigate the FX loss somehow. Then, like I said, you have to just ask questions. You cannot just say because
So excuse me.
let's just bet some.
I was talking about Ghana. You know that Ghana also have their own FX issues. I don't know if you're aware. Ghana have their own FX issues. So for me, the way I see it is, if Dangote is willing to still go to another country that is also having FX issues like Nigeria to set up the same business, then there's something that is going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing, right? There was an example I gave that in marketing, when you see an advert is doing well, you don't switch it off. You keep on running that ad until you finish, you're able to milk it dry. So for me, I feel that if he has the mind to still go and set up the same business again in a country that is also having almost similar situation as Nigeria, then there is something that is in that business that like we are yet to really catch up with. And maybe he feels that the stock price is undervalued, and probably Ghana would most likely also help with the in mitigating the FX issue. So that's just the way I see it. I don't know if anybody has any other
Yes. Okay, so then let's just talk. So that means, are you saying that means we should, maybe that's what I'm saying? Maybe we start picking the sugar small small. But like I said, some 2 weeks ago, a friend of ours told us that look at this one. Oh, let's start looking at this. She does technical. She understands technical part. So we had a discussion like this, and she showed me using the chat and all that. She get to say, see, let's start going into sugar now. It's coming up and everything. Oh, she get so. But like you said, I think there's something. There's this vested interest in sugar. Dangote had. So like you said, there's something probably he's not showing us. Because you cannot tell me this part of your business is doing badly of all your businesses, yet you still want to go and expand in a country, like you said, has FX problem.
Yeah, I get. Yeah. Mr. Shoei, do you have anything to say? Okay,
And
that's
it
what I
will
saying
interest,
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it will interest you to know that Sugar was his first entrance into the Nigerian stock market. I hope you know that. The first time Dangote entered the Nigerian stock market was via Dangote Sugars.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
That's what.
I am surprised now that that is the particular share that is doing worse off at the moment. So something
But
has to.
can I butt in
Okay,
place quickly?
okay,
In
okay.
as much as we see that he's doing badly, in the real sense, okay, yeah, the financials and everything. But for the early investors, they are smiling. I'll give a typical example, and I'll mention name. We all know Alibaba, right?
Hmm.
Alibaba, the comedian. Alibaba said they were one of the first lots to actually invest in Dangote Sugar. And how much did they invest in it? 2 naira 50 kobo or so. So some of them they held it and they actually rode it all the way to when it got to what's it called? When it got to 21 naira or so, and they sold. So you can see the increment. So that would be talking about 1,000%, isn't it? That's one
Yeah,
thousand percent. If
yeah,
you are taking it from 2 to 20 something naira. So some people are that, and there are some that are still even holding from when they bought it then. Yes, the financial is looking what's it called? Like choppy and looking kind of rubbish. But as rightly said, and the other reason why I'm guessing he's going to do open the this thing in though this is not related, but I just needed to mention it that Ghana equally did very well last year, 2024. What was it called? The stock market. Ghana is uh, Ghana is if Ghana is not number one, it will be number two. And so if I can remember perfectly well, either Ghana won or Ghana or Kenya Stock Exchange were number one. So okay, let me put it this way: 1 to 10, we have Nigeria is there, Ghana is there, was there, Kenya Stock Exchange was there, and South Africa. So I think either Ghana is number one and then Kenya number two, or vice versa. Then number three, I think it was probably South Africa. But 1 to 5, Nigeria Stock Exchange was actually 1 to 5 for 2024. That did very well. So you could equally go there to explore that market, like we've rightly said, knowing fully well that Ghana has a similar issue with their FX, but there is truly something hidden in sugar that, regardless of, it is still a force to reckon with. The market is still readily available, so that's why it's not actually letting go. Because if it is
Um,
doing bad, okay, sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, go on, go on. I'm
No,
missing.
no, no, that's fine. No, no, that's fine.
I'm
I'm
going.
happy.
I wanted to deviate, so that's why I said should continue.
Okay,
So
that's
let's
fine.
go.
That's fine. Okay, so there's still something that we're probably not saying in sugar. And if you look at it, sugar is a commodity that any which way, every household will consume it. Be it in bread, be it in pastries, be it in cake, be it. So it is just something that's there that we just one way or the other can do without. And those that still
Yeah.
consume Gary, they still need that sugar in Gary for it to actually go well. Anyways, I will say that, yeah. And those that consume pap, even if you mention custard, there's still sugar in it. And people still have to put extra as well. So it's just one of those consumables or fast moving consumer goods that it is just a force to reckon with. So if one
Yeah.
can actually start accumulating at this so-called low or ridiculous price, it will actually be a good one, really.
Yeah. Yeah. You made mention of looking at other markets in Africa. But is that even possible as in Nigerian? Because I've never really seen um any platform or way to look at investing in um other stock markets here in Africa. Like, is that even possible? I don't know if anybody's doing that already.
No, no, no. You talk about in the market, like Presco just bought one of these years, something in a palm oil producing plant in Ghana. He's looking
Oh,
at
okay.
going to the market to exploit the market as in
Okay,
building.
okay.
I think that's where it's coming from, not the
Oh
stock
yeah, yeah,
market. Yeah,
that's what I was
that's
coming
Oh,
that's
from. Yeah,
coming from
exploring that
here.
market and
Yeah.
Dangote going to Ghana as well. So I've
oh,
now then extended it over to say that in terms of stock market as well, that those doing well, that yeah, those
oh,
that their economy seems to be tanking. That's why I said Ghana was either number one, then number two was what's it called? I think it's Kenya, Nairobi Stock Exchange, and that's why Nigeria has to change from Nigerian Stock Exchange because of Nairobi. I think you're aware of that, isn't it? Because no
yeah, yeah,
two district are
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so aha. So that's why we are now NGX as opposed to NSE that we used to be blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
South Africa was probably number three. So Nigeria came either fourth or fifth. But yeah, Nigeria really did very well in what's it called? Yeah, 2000 and 2024.
So, yeah.
So those are five African countries actually did well. So in no particular order, they actually did well. So Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria, the fifth I can't remember now, but Nigeria was among first five. So Nigeria will be either if it's not number four, it will be number five. I think Nigeria was number four. Then probably South Africa was number three. Then first and second was between Ghana and Kenya. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
please,
okay.
please,
That's
go on. Can
interesting.
we just let the other gentleman finish what he was saying? I think he had a good point. Please, sir, just continue with what you were saying. Hello?
Is the choice still here? Okay.
Is he still
I
here?
think
we
man,
have
I don't. He's still here, but we have other people. Let me just have other people
we
talk.
have
Maybe
more
we end
people
it.
here. Let more people talk as well, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chuka, Chuka. I don't know if you're here with us. You can unmute your mic.
Okay, good evening, all.
Yeah. Good evening, Chuka. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm enjoying the the meeting, and I'm learning a lot from you guys from the technical and the financial analysis of the companies. I'm a new entrant in the equities investment, and I saw your live, and I decided to join to strengthen myself.
Yeah.
I don't really have a strong capacity in this area to join the discussion, but going
Yeah.
forward, probably we'll learn and be able to contribute technically. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. You're welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. A lot of guys here are knowledgeable enough to be able to answer your questions. So you're welcome, and it's good to have you here.
Thank you. Sure, I will.
Okay. We have Larry Cool. Larry Cool. I don't know if you can talk. Let me unmute your mic. I don't know if it's possible. So Larry, hello Larry. Hello Larry. We cannot hear you. Larry, we cannot hear you. Okay, he's not talking, so I might have to mute him back. Okay. So yeah, can continue the conversation. My laptop battery is almost dead, so we'll soon be ending very soon. So that choice, are you back again? I think Ruby was trying to ask you a question. I don't think he's here anymore. So yeah, I don't know. Is there any other thing to cover? My laptop battery will soon be dead, so maybe some other time. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe you just help us research a little bit on its sugar. We'll just research on it a little bit.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Some companies I want to look at now are I want to take a look at Aradel, take a look at this Naku, and then Dangote Sugar itself, and then there's another
Nascon.
company,
It's Nascon.
Nascon. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
you have do we have Naku because as this company I'm
There's
conflicting it with
NACO, there's NASCON.
exactly. I
NACO
foresee
is
exactly.
aviation handling.
Now
NASCON
is
NASCON is
Nigerian
stock
aviation analyst. Mm.
company. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I foresee because both of them keeps coming. No problem. I'll look at NASCON and then I'll look at Arade. There's another company that Troy said I should look at. I'm trying to remember the name. There's another company I wanted to. I think it's Total Energy. I want to also look at Total Energy. I think Mr. Show we talked about Total Energy.
Total
And I also want to,
energy, yeah.
yeah, look at them again. But yeah, it's been a wonderful time. It was a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much for always
Thank
turning up.
you. Next,
Maybe
next time, please just give us enough notice. So we'll just be ready. Yeah, come,
okay,
please,
sure,
because I enjoyed
okay,
this conversation. Really wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for the
okay,
platform
sure,
too.
okay.
Thank you
Yeah,
everybody that
thank
contributed.
yeah, thank you
All right
guys.
then.
Okay,
Thank you very much. I
yeah,
appreciate
cheers.
it. Cheers.
Yeah, yeah,
All right then. Bye for now. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Bye.
Okay.